Hey, Flower Mound family, I've got some updates that I want to share with you about our church. First of all, I think this is exciting news. We've formed a regathering team to help guide us through the process of gathering once again. So you're going to be hearing news from this team very soon. So you can just be praying for a regathering team as they make plans and pray that God would give them wisdom and counsel as they provide direction to us as we regather once again as a body in the coming days. Along those lines, I have exciting news to share with you. We are going to gather together live and in person, albeit under the tree next to the worship center on May 31st. I'm calling it our Flower Mound Living Sanctuary. We're going outdoors and invite you to bring a lawn chair, maybe a brown bag lunch. We'll sit out under the trees in family groups, socially distanced from one another. Boy, that's going to be the buzzword from 2020, isn't it? I saw a post yesterday that said if the year 2020 was a brand of chips, you know how Frito-Lay has a different brand of chips every year? If 2020 was a brand of chips, it would be orange juice and toothpaste combined. Yeah, isn't that exciting? So the buzzword for 2020, socially distanced. So Flower Mound Living Sanctuary, May 31st. Hope to have more news related to that in the coming days to share with you. But I do have this. That day, we're going to have a gift for you. You'll hear more about it in the next couple of weeks, but I want you to be here on May 31st because I want to be able to give you that gift then. It's going to be a great summer because we're going to be able to again gathering back together again. You know, as I've thought about it this afternoon, we've never closed. Coronavirus didn't shut down Flower Mountain First Baptist. We've never closed. We've kept the doors open. We've kept the lights on. We've kept telling people about Jesus. Isn't that exciting? Doesn't that give us hope in these days and a reminder that nothing can stop? Whatever the gates of hell throw at the church, nothing stops the advance of Jesus Christ. But I recognize that some of us may have screen fatigue. Maybe you even have a little bit of screen fatigue watching this and are asking, do I have the time? Do I want to watch it again? Well, I want to encourage you. If you've noticed, I've even cut the length of my message down, trying to help screen fatigue. I know several of you give me a hard time about that anyway, but I've cut the length of my message down to try to help us with screen fatigue. I recognize that it's a reality, but we just got to do it for a little bit longer, church. But let's take advantage of that. Stay engaged. Stay engaged. We still want to be telling the good news and the good story. That's why we've entitled this sermon series Good News for a Sin-Sick World, because people need to hear good news, but they won't hear it if we're not engaged. So what does engaged mean? Sharing the videos, commenting, welcoming other people. You know, it doesn't just have to be Lisa, whoever is the host on our Facebook Live. You can welcome one another's. Check on one another as you get on that Facebook Live feed. But stay engaged. That means being involved in our men's gathering this Saturday, our women's gathering on May 19th. We desperately need one another, so connect with one another. You're not alone, so let's care for one another. Call one another in your small groups. We want to be a church that's gathered together around groups so that we can care well for one another. So think about who is in your small group and call them on the phone. Turn off the television, turn off Facebook, and call somebody. Check on them. I can't tell you how much it does me when I hear from you checking on me. So we need to be doing it for one another. You know, the needs are great during this time period, so let's continue to be generous. I'm sharing with you in the numbers email how much canned food you've gathered together as a church. That's incredible. We want to continue to be generous with our gifts, just like you were with our Annie Armstrong offering for North American missions. We're spreading the gospel with other churches. Let's keep doing it, because we have a mission here in Flower Mound that we want to tell others. So please, can I encourage you to continue to be generous to Flower Mound First Baptist. We don't go to the church. We are the church. That's why we've never closed the doors. So let's let this journey refine us into something greater. Just as I'm going to share in my devotional tomorrow, that through coronavirus, the fruit of that will be greater joy, real, lasting confidence, a deeper love for Christ and His church. This week I've been meditating a lot on Isaiah 48:10. God tells His people Israel, "Behold, I have refined you, but not as silver. I have tried you in the furnace of affliction." Can I get an amen? You feel like you've been refined in the affliction in these days? Well, God is doing something great. So let's look back on these days and let's tell our kids, our grandkids, the next generation, that through this affliction, God gave us more joy, more confidence, more love for Christ, and more love for one another. Until I see you again, church, grace and peace.